Get in the game with the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Bet on the NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB, soccer, golf, MMA, and more. Every sport, every market, right at your fingertips. Deposit instantly with PayPal, Venmo, or Apple Pay, starting at just $10. Win big and cash out fast. PayPal in 24 hours or instantly at retail sportsbooks. Available in over 20 states, FanDuel's app is your ticket to the action. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app now.
One of the biggest things that we have seen in Lucha Libre Online is the Andrade mystery. Right now, with like guys that have like a solid reputation, conflicting reports on Andrade, I have tried to keep it as real as I can, as saying no official statement from WWE, yet there's competing versions of what happened with Andrade, but it also brings a point. They're lacking such a good storyline on AEW or WWE that something like the Andrade thing is drawing like more of attention than their main event stuff. And to me, it's like right now, anything that has to do with Latinos, like for instance, Andrade, that just the word about the Lucha Brothers.
Echo, Joe.
Yeah, you got to turn your mic down, Conan, or your mic and your headphones.
Yes, and just when they put out the rumor about Penta and Red Phoenix maybe coming as Lucha Brothers to the WWE, I mean, it's I see people just picking up on those things because I just feel like
I think I got it.
They want to be moved by new storylines. I don't think that the big companies right now are doing that great. I have more fun checking AAA than what's going on with WWE or AEW. I have more fun just to the fact that Undertaker is working there with Conan and the rest of the guy. Like that's a story on its own. A guy that has such a fantastic character. It's there in Mexico doing stuff with AAA. To me, that's like the homecoming of NXT. We reach 360 million every month in Lucha Libre Night. I didn't have like 5 people asking me, "Can you report on this of NXT?" To me, I think that just shows where we are right now. I just wish like
hang on.
AAA has a contract in the United States. I think it's going to add more flavor into the wrestling scene.
All right, but let's step backwards. I want to go back here. We started off talking about Andrade, okay? Joe, pull this up. Andrade is in a Twitter war today with MJF.
I didn't
Yeah,
see
we'll
that.
pull this up. So Conan, we don't have you on video, by the way.
Yeah, but that started way back.
Who's not
when
on
the thing-
video?
You're not on video.
Me?
There you are
see
now.
you.
Okay, cool. I got you now.
Yes.
Yeah, I got you.
But remember when the
Tell
thing
me if you see me,
exploded?
Disco.
Yeah, I got
M-
you now. Yeah.
Yeah, MJF did the first tweet or the X about that he was going to kick Andrade's friend in CMLL. So he started it. I mean, MJF started it.
Can I see
and
that,
think,
Joe?
I think it just,
pull
I'm
these
putting it
up.
up right now.
and it
So let
just
me ask
picked
you a
up.
question, Hugo, that you've been on top of this. So there's this guy, I don't know him. I've heard of him, but they were telling me that this guy, Disco, do I got this name right? John Alba?
Yeah, John Alba, yeah.
That John Alba reported that he got suspended for, what do you call this?
ADs.
Performance enhancing, right. Performance
he did?
enhancing
Interesting.
twice.
So he failed a test. That's
Twice.
the second.
What do you know about
second
that?
one, I guess, right? They said.
He had a violation in his first run, and this was supposed to be one during his second run.
Yes, that has been said. There's been like 3 different storylines. I just don't feel like that really happened. I think it's more of it's a different situation altogether. But they also said that he did not want to do anything with AAA's deal, Andrade. So they've been running things, and I could tell you right now, I think that this had nothing to do with that. And say, but he messed up because they were going to give Phoenix and him the world titles or the WWE tag team titles in France. And I said, first of all, I don't know what TV you've been watching, because the only belt or championship that means anything in WWE, it's the undisputed one. Everything else, with exception now, the world title with Paul Heyman doing that story of the Money in the Bank and Seth freaking Rollins, maybe a little bit more. But they have had great tag teams in WWE, but they don't respect storylines. So you could kill yourself in a classic match. And we know that Andrade and Phoenix could do that. And even if they bring Lucha Brothers in there and give them the titles, if they don't respect storylines to build tag team, I don't care how powerful WWE is. They are not just doing a good job.
You make a wonderful point that me and Disco have discussed ad nauseum. But let me ask you a question, because I know you know Andrade. What is it that you can tell us without telling us what it is? What's the closest to the truth that you've been able to investigate? Without getting anybody in trouble. Yeah.
There's a truth about him not being too happy with the storyline booking of it.
Right.
And then there are so many other lines about him not showing up or not answering back, this and that. And I believe that there was a disagreement.
Do you think, let me ask you a question, Hugo, because anything's possible. Do you think maybe people in WWE put out leaks to make them look bad?
Oh, of course. I definitely think so. But I think that because of the money. Okay, I cannot say that much. You know that I'm a pastor to Alberto, to Psycho Clown.
Yeah, Park, everybody.
I also like Phoenix, Penta. I don't get any money. I just, like you and me, we talk things. I never call you and say, give me some scoops about AAA or whatever.
Right.
Because I respect our friendship and I don't do that. And that is the case with them. But I believe that this was more of a situation where they just went out for him, and the whole situation is there's still so much money on the table on the contract. Remember, he has that if he's to come out and say stuff right now, legally,
they could fire him.
Well, the firing part is it's not the biggest part. It's where you could lose all that money that is still left on the table on your contract. So sometimes, remember when Ray Phoenix just kept his mouth shut? With Tony Khan and AEW.
Right.
Well, we are adults here, so we know that sometimes you could be right, but you'd rather just keep your mouth shut until it's the right time. And I believe that within 2 weeks, probably, we're gonna find out more. But do not believe everything you hear. And I just, even if they were to give Ray Phoenix and Andrade a push with the belt, it would not mean anything because Triple H and WWE,
and you know what's a shame?
Respect for tag teams.
You know what's a shame? When we started the Triple H WWE thing, I believe Andrade was in the very first promo, right? When Michael Cole and everybody was in that thing, Dorian and all that. And the first thing I thought is, and I was telling this to Disco yesterday, bro, Andrade's money. He looks good. He's an incredible wrestler, can cut a good promo in Spanish, unfortunately not in English, okay? Like he's a star, much like ADR.
I got a question. Are Ray Phoenix and Andrade friends or acquaintances?
I don't think they're close friends, but they are. But most of the guys from the Mexican culture, unless you really piss somebody off, that's the only way they're going to stay away from you. But they got along.
Well, let me ask you this: the Mexican talent in WWE, are there cliques within the Mexican talent? Like, are there guys that are Phoenix and Penta and who are his boys? Who are Andrade's boys? Does all the because I think it's kind of silly to think that just all the Mexicans hang out with each other. Because me and Conan and Hoovy and Psycho, I would them and Ray, I'd drive with them. Those were my guys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Who are their cliques?
Yeah, well, I believe that you see when you see Penta and Phoenix, they look up to Rey Mysterio, Conan, and they get along with most everybody. My advice to not just Mexicans, to anybody right now that goes into WWE and AEW, I'm just going to stay with those two. You got to be careful who you talk about, who you talk to, and not to fall into somebody saying something and you replying to that, because that could be gone into Triple H or Tony Khan within 10 minutes, and you're going to be the, sorry for the word that said that.
Right. And I just answer your question, Disco, because I've been in that locker room a long time. It used to be way more cliquish before, to the point of almost violence. Now you don't see as many cliques as before. Everybody does kind of get along. You know, if you see Pentagon and Phoenix don't really hang with anybody. Now, like their big friend is this guy called Panic Clown from the Clowns. But for example, Andrade and Rouge, since they used to be tag team partners, you know, they have a close relationship with Dralistico and Dragon Lee. But you don't really see cliques like you used to, at least in Mexico.
Yeah, I think that nobody trusts nobody right now. Everybody's been shocked with the TKO thing. Whatever little thing was left of the old WWE, it is completely gone. Like I said, I have more fun watching the beginning of a pay-per-view or YouTube from AAA showing Shawn Michaels, Triple H coming in, and there is this legend guy, Undertaker, there. And then you see the English, and then you have the American typical play-by-play guys, but then you see Conan there. So now you have this guy that was a world champion and knows the culture of Mexican, giving that feeling to the English. And then you have like 3 different styles of Spanish. You got the Mexican culture, you got the WWE Spanish culture of Marcelo. So it's more intriguing, and I believe that I have more fun. I have to watch wrestling, and sometimes it's like watching Raw or SmackDown or AEW. I don't want to knock Tony, but my God, I just see so much talent in such a horrible way of making things that it makes me, Conan knows this, it makes me cry because I love this.
If people don't know, he's very passionate about wrestling, and when it's not done right, month.
Now something happened, Conan, this past month that it might lead to something in the near future. A guy in the Dominican Republic, I was there recently. I do a lot of stuff there, getting the guys out of drugs from the tough gangs and stuff. But there was a guy there that started in that same, it's called Capotillo, where all the drugs and the killings.
Like a caserio.
Yes. He lived in that area. And somehow he became huge with the streaming part of business. And he did
for those that don't understand, that's the hood.
Yes. The YouTube and him, it's called Alofoque, and Santiago Matias is his name. He just signed a deal with Sony, and he did a 1 month in YouTube, not in TV, in YouTube. For 31 days, he did like the Big Brother's house and stuff like that with 10 people, not too famous. And this guy drew every night, like live right there, over 1.5 million. And he did 2 million lives connected. That's like a better rating sometimes of a WWE program or a AEW
especially
program.
Santo Domingo, especially Dominican Republic, which is a small country.
I know. So to me, it's like the storylines happening there were more captivated than what is happening on the big companies. When a little Spanish country had 2 million sometimes at night connected, and you know, it's my whole point here is it was a Dominican, it was Spanish. They didn't have like the huge money of the Televisa house that they do.
But it was captivating.
Yes, and I think that's where we gotta go. And unfortunately, I don't think they're using our people. Like, I don't want to sound like, oh, he was always going for the Spanish people. I just think that we have just the United States, man, at least over 70 million Latinos just in the United States. And I don't think that they're paying attention to a customer base that loves to spend money on their passion, lucha. And I think that it's bad. But even the Americans who write to us in Lucha Libre Line, they say they have more fun watching what I do sometimes, my crazy stories, than they say I could be away from Raw, SmackDown, or AEW for 2 months and I'm not missing anything. So that's very scary because you should have an episodic mind And we got so many talented Spanish guys. And it's just like Penta was like really getting hot. And then they started, boom, making him lose. And he won this last time. I always watch the scorecard because I believe that for the money that WWE has and Tony has, it's a shame what they're delivering every week to the aficionados around the world.
We don't disagree with that. You know, and I have a saying that I've said before. You know, when you look at the census, which started like in 1793 with George Washington, 1793, bro, everybody was like white. This is the first time in history where the population 16 and under, majority was non-white. Okay? I think in 30 years, we'll be minority majority in the country. More Latinos. Okay. But it's, bro, I look at it this way and I hope I'm alive to see it. You can serve us now. You can serve us later, but you will serve us, you know? And I'm thinking that once we get our TV deal, things will change.
I'm going to hit you with one more creative point. Remember the story that happened with Matt Hardy, Edge, and Lita from the real life, and then they have to bring back Matt, and then they did the kissing and everything as a storyline. Remember the Hulk Hogan, the federal court, the enemies with Vince, and then they did that when I got hit with a chair and everything with Hogan and Vince. The divorce between Charlotte and Andrade, when we hear about, oh, WWE Unreal, that's like the new thing, they screwed up because they had a real story there on that divorce, shooting and making Andrade like a real villain with the victim being Charlotte. And they could have drawn people back into weekly storylines.
Well, that would have been a lot better than the they're doing now with her and Alexa Bliss, where the verbiage is terrible.
Wait, let me do this for you.
Yeah.
Let me do this for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Horrible. Yeah. And it is such a talented combination. Without that crap, they could do better.
Right.
But to me, it's like they insult the fans and then they hit you with we don't care about what the internet people say. Oh, they got their own podcast.
Bro, they read the internet every day.
Yes.
Joe, can you put up MJF's first shot fired at, who was it? At Andrade. Because I haven't seen this, Hugo.
Yes, I love it. I saw his first one and I loved it. It's more interesting than the whole storylines of WWE and AEW.
That he's doing with Briscoe,
together.
Yeah. Well, the Cowboy storyline's pretty good. I'm going to be in Mexico beating the Mystico in front of all your broke-ass countrymen. Let me know if you want to grab a Marge before I hop on my jet to Toronto to whoop Mark Briscoe's hillbilly ass. Okay.
Can I
then Andrade put the finger.
Yeah, no. Okay,
he gave the finger.
Before you say that. Before you say that. Yeah, let me confess. Andrade had not seen that.
Right.
I sent it to him. And he was not aware, just like Conor was not aware.
Oh, so you were the guy that started this whole. You're the one that started all this. By sending the tweet to you did. If you sent it to Andrade didn't see it, and you sent it to one that actually started all this.
No, I just in the midst of a storm, I wanted to get him away from all the other stuff that we're talking about to something fresh about MJF doing an angle with him on his tweet. So I thought that was like
now. Let me tell you something. Reading this, just the first 3 lines. Is there more, Joe?
Okay. Yeah. Oh, it's like so he gave him the finger. Oh, it's like that. Okay, pedo. And then Andrade says, in Mexico, it's mask versus hair, MJF. Then MJF says, LOL, no. Get over without burning another bridge. Then we could discuss us having a match at all. They're calling each other.
Yeah.
I love it.
Why do they call him coward? Why do they use the word coward?
Yeah, because they're not in WWE. But here's the thing. Is there more to this, Joe? Okay, I'd like to see that. But, bro, he could walk into AEW right now and they already have an angle. But did you see what he put here?
I love Sammy. No, I don't, but I'm not him. But I don't know what Andrade said.
No. He's talking about the fight he had with Sammy Guevara.
Okay.
I love him, but I'm not him.
But you see what I'm talking about, Disco, Conan?
Yeah.
That we are paying more attention to a tweet between them.
Right, because it's more interesting.
I know.
I love Sammy Noy-Dope. I'm going to try me. I'll boot you off the face of this earth faster than Charlotte booted you out of your marriage, I guess, whatever.
Yeah, but they got a piggybacking on your comment, Hugo, they got a ready-made angle right now. If Andrade interfered in his match with Briscoe and left
Starts.
Ayo, Andrade, I'm going to be in Mexico beating the ever-living Mystico in front of all your broke-ass countrymen. Let me know if you want to grab a marg before I hop on my jet to Toronto to whoop up Mark his ass. Then MJF, Viva Mexico, cabro. Okay. In Mexico, it's Master. Oh, it's like that? Okay, pedo. In Mexico, it's Master Cesar. Okay. LOL, LOL, no. Get over without burning another bridge and we could discuss us having a match at all. Okay, see you. Be careful in Mexico. Oh, that sounds like a threats of violence. I love. Okay, see you. Be careful, Mexico. I love Sammy. No, I don't. But I'm not him. Try me. I'll boot you off the face of this earth faster than Charlotte booted you out of your house, amigo. LOL. I understand. A, you are more dangerous. B, I left home. Good luck in your marriage, I hope. And no one cries. Cuando te golpe, you know about me. I don't know about you. What does that mean? Cuando te golpe.
When I beat you up. Cuando te golpe.
When I beat you up.
Like we know I can fight. We don't really know about you.
Well, let's have this is Tony Khan should just hire him right away and say next week on Dynamite on Johnny versus MJF. It'd be more interesting than have, right?
Just like O'Connor just said it. Him showing up unannounced into MJF's match.
Yeah,
that's it.
And leave him laying.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it just shows that AEW, WWE are missing what the fans want to see. When that guy in Santo Domingo reached 2 million viewers in a small little set house with 10 participants that were not worldwide, not
and they're
big
doing
money.
Storylines?
Yeah, they were doing like he was setting up stuff. Like he sent like a top comedian. This is all like revealed, like it just finished. He revealed. He sent the guy in to get the villain more upset. So it was like we giving somebody a storyline and him going into the guy's
Can you send me this, Hugo?
Man, because it was live every night.
Oh, it's live. Okay, my bad.
Yeah. And he just announced the second season now with 16 participants. And I'm telling you what, this is like a small country and they drew a better rating.
Bro, you can imagine, Hugo, how many Dominicans from New York are watching it.
Yes.
Let me tell you something, Disco. Are you eating ice cream?
No, I was eating my yogurt. I always have yogurt at like 4:35.
Have you tried the protein ice cream?
Yeah, I've tried it. I'm not a big fan of ice cream. I've tried it. I'm not a fan of ice cream. I do yogurt.
Okay.
Greek yogurt because it's got probiotics.
I went to Ray's house and he gave me some cookie dough protein ice cream that you can get like at Sprouts or Whole Food. I'd never tried it before and I didn't want to try it either because I thought this is going to suck. And it was
good.
Absolutely delicious.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.